Kia ora. Welcome to this video lesson on the inverse normal distribution. Now, in problems up to this point, you've been looking to find a probability based on a certain z-score. What's going to happen now is somewhere in the question, you will already be told what a probability is. You're going to have to find a certain component of the question. So let's have a look at a question. We've got a cafe, finds that the amount of caffeine in their cup is normally distributed. You're told what the mean is, and you're told the standard deviation. Now, you want to find the minimum expected amount of caffeine for 90% of their cups of tea. So you're not being asked to find a probability. You already know what the probability is. You're looking to find an X value. So whenever you are given the probability and you're looking for an X value or the standard deviation, etc., that's going to be what's known as an inverse problem. Now what that means is, we wanted to find the minimum amount of caffeine for which 90% is above that. Now, knowing what we know about the shape of the curve and what our table can tell us, if this is the top 90%, of course, there's 50% above the mean. So that means from the mean down to this point will be 40%. That is the probability. So what you will do now is, since the 40% is the probability, and we know that our table tells us the probability of being between 0 and z standard deviations, you're going to look to find the z-score that has a probability of 0.4. Okay, so we go to our table. Now, we're not using a z-score to find a probability. We're looking for the probability and see what z-score that came from. So we're looking in here to find 0.4. That's really close. That's too big. So this 0.3997, I would want to add a 3 to the 97. Well, this 2 is as close as I can get. So we've got this score here, which is 1.28, and that 2 makes it 1.281. Okay, 1.281 is the z-score that has a probability as close as we can get to 0.4, which was, again, the 40% of the values from 0 down to that z-score. Okay, so now we know what the z-score is, 1.281. We're now going to put that into the formula that comes along with our table, namely this one right here. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. Well, we just found the z-score, negative 1.281. We know it's negative because that x value was to the left of the mean. We want to find this x value. We were told the mean was 45. We were told the standard deviation was 8. Now we just solve this equation for x. So this says take x minus 45, divide by 8. That gives us the negative 1.28. We'll just do that in reverse. Instead of dividing by 8, times by 8. Negative 1.281 times 8 is negative 10.248, which is x minus 45. We add 45 to both sides, giving us our x value. Last thing you want to do, just answer in context. 90% of the cups of tea made at this cafe contain at least 34.8 milligrams of caffeine. So that was an introduction to the inverse normal distribution. Please send any pot time my way. As always, thanks for watching. Mauri mahi, mauri ora, kakiteano.